Ask the Expert.
I've only recently started the energy work, is what I call it. I learned just after the pandemic started. I found energy work, and it started with a little bit of meditation, and then it slowly got into a healing process called B.E.S.T, which stands for Bioenergetic-Synchronization-Technique, and it started with humans. That was what was available. And then as I got into that, I found an animal routine, a program also called B.E.S.T, Animal B.E.S.T. And I just got deep into it. My passion for animals started when I was very young. Pets, loved any wild animals, farm animals, anything like that. But then I went into the Coast Guard, and the United States Coast Guard, and my passion was still there, but it was just doing work for the Coast Guard. I retired in 2016, kind of did my own thing, traveling around, working on my property, things like that. And the pandemic kind of put me in a place where I could learn, really get into what I found was a passion for healing, which I know the Healy isn't for healing, but it contributes to the perfection that the body is, the human body, the animal body. It just adds to that balance that's required for what looks like healing. It's just trying to think of the right words here. Going back to the original design of the body, which is perfect. So this enhances the body's ability to regain balance. And I love that about the Healy. So the B.E.S.T technique that I learned does the same thing. It rebalances the body and then also accesses the subconscious for a release, so subconscious release. And that the Healy enhances everything that I do. And I've had such great success after finding the Healy last fall. Just fantastic successes with the Healy. Awesome question. A B.E.S.T practitioner works with the energy, the bioenergetic field of the body, the electromagnetic field, to rebalance it. A lot of times what happens in our life is we experience things, energy gets trapped in the body, creating pain. It can create mental imbalances. Stuck energy looks a lot like, we call it anxiety. It can be depression. There's many different things where it can manifest in the body. And what a B.E.S.T practitioner does is not just balance the physical body, but also the energetic body. And the neat thing about B.E.S.T over many of the other energy practices that I'm aware of, I have not practiced them, like Reiki. I have not practiced it. I've experienced it. B.E.S.T will actually, through certain proprietary techniques, access the subconscious and then release anything that's being held in the subconscious. And the neat thing about releasing the subconscious is the body reacts directly to the subconscious. So we experience things in the body based on what the subconscious is thinking. And if those things are stressful, our body will experience stress. So the goal is to release the stress to get back to a healthy parasympathetic state in the body, which allows it to start doing the repair work that's necessary, which looks like healing. The neat thing is I started with the humans, so this was a natural progression toward animal work, which oddly, animals are much more sensitive to energies than we are, which is why when we have pets and when we feel sad, they come to us and comfort us. They experience the same things, the same emotions that we do. And that's why there's this connection between the animals and humans. So what I usually look at is when there's issues with an animal, I look at the human. And so a neat thing is you can balance the animal, and it's a hands-on technique, although it does work remotely. That may be a different question. And then I've also gotten certified to not just do the physical B.E.S.T, so balancing the body and the energetic body. I've also learned how to do subconscious release for the animals as well, because they can experience the anxieties, the depression, etc. themselves. They experience, we think they're different, but they do experience a lot of the stresses that we do. I do. Healy is great to use. I'm going to let the Healy decide the best program for the animal. So I run the Healy Advisor Analyze app, and from there I either vibrate, and if there's something particularly high that the Analyze app recommends, I may go into the Healy app and run that program directly, which is a much longer time. A big reason that I don't run those programs is animals tend to be, I don't want to say more energetic. They don't sit around usually unless they're really, really sick. So sitting there with an animal for 50 minutes or more while a program runs is not practical, because I use the coil instead of the animal kit. One of my favorites to use besides the Analyze app is the Mag Healy. There's an animal harmony program in there that I'll sit and run in a room that has the animals in it, and it seems to really calm them down. I pretty much wear the Healy all the time. And if I notice something with an animal, just paying attention to their behaviors, if there's something off, I'll just I'll usually wear it on my shirt. So I'll snag it off of my shirt and engage the Analyze app and see what's going on, and just do a quick analyze, and then usually just a quick resonance. So run the vibrate program on the animal. I run mine on high power, so I can actually wear it on me, and as long as the animal is within about 3 feet, I know it's affecting them as well. But I'll try and put the Healy as close to them as possible. Sometimes they get fidgety. They can feel the energies and they don't know what it is, so they'll try and wriggle away. If it's very bad, they won't notice. But it's very interesting to watch the reactions to the Healy itself. There's a curiosity. It has a bit of a smell to it. They can actually smell the Healy, the coils. So it's very interesting it's a daily practice for me. Sometimes I'll just do it because they're sitting there and they look like they could use a treatment. So I kind of experiment on my own animals. But they're in great health, and anything that's wrong, I just run the Healy. And I've had great success with some pretty significant sicknesses. My favorite animal program has to be the Mag Healy's Animal Harmony. It's the one that I run the most frequently. I have treated my puppy dog. She's a 10-month-old Chesapeake Bay Retriever, and I have 5 rescue kittens most of them for my property, and I have one that I imported from Texas to New York State. And he's probably been my biggest, Tex has been my biggest success story, if you will. But they all get treatments. I've treated, when I travel, I've had some animals that I've treated with Healy. The success is less known. I didn't keep up with them because it was just kind of a chance meeting. But I've had horses. I did a wild bird. It was a woodpecker, a downy woodpecker that I treated. It was in the winter. He ran into a window, and carefully scooped him up, and I did my best treatment, the best that I could. And what seemed to work the most was actually running the Healy Analyze program. The greatest success that I've had with the animal module and programs has been, I'll start with my first real wow, this thing works kind of moment with my Texas kitty. He had some kind of strange, it was something under his skin, and it was like hard, and it just kind of grew, and it was around his neck. And I tried my best treatments, and just nothing seemed to work. And is it food? Is it an allergy? I don't know. And then I got the Healy fairly shortly after the Healy, because I automatically got the animal program with it. I just love animals that much, so I figured it's worth getting the animal program. And I did the resonance analysis, let it do its thing, did that for a couple of days. And by the end of the third day, when I went to pet him, I noticed that skin condition was completely gone. It had spread, I would say the size of my hand, so maybe 3 or 4 inches. I apologize, I don't know what that is in centimeters. But it had completely disappeared within a matter of days. And it just amazed me that all of my best treatments had not worked, and Healy comes along, boom, it's gone. That same kitty had a very, just recently, very lethargic. He could barely open his eyes. I ran Healy programs on him several times a day, and he came out of it after a couple. I don't know if he had a virus or what, but he was very, very sick. And he came out of that within just a couple of days. So. So an expert tip I'd love to share with everyone is, as we go to work on our animals or any animal, the best thing we can do is actually get our own energy balanced. So if we are feeling anxious, nervous, or mad, the animals are going to feel that, and they're going to be anxious, nervous, or they may not be mad, but they're going to be maybe afraid if we're mad, or if we're afraid, they're going to be afraid. They don't know why, they're just going to feel that. So as we go to work on our animals, we want to make sure that we are balanced, and then we can start to balance the animal, get those energies right. That's the biggest thing, is getting our energies right. Then we can work on our animals.